Alright, buckle up buttercups. We're talking Britney Spears, the ultimate pop princess. For a solid decade, she practically invented pop music as we knew it. But behind the iconic dance moves and those perfectly choreographed music videos, was a story of a young woman caught in a celebrity machine that chewed her up and spit her out. It's a tragic tale, but also one of incredible resilience. Get ready to rethink everything you thought you knew about the girl from Louisiana. Britney wasn't just discovered, she was practically born with a microphone in hand. From Kentwood, Louisiana, this girl started young. At just 8 years old, she auditioned for Disney's The Mickey Mouse Club and, even though she was a little too young, they saw the undeniable sparkle. 2 years later, she joined the ranks alongside future legends like Justin Timberlake, Christina Aguilera, and Ryan Gosling. Talk about a talented class. It was clear from the start, Britney was destined for something huge. Okay, not oops, it was actually Baby One More Time that launched her into orbit in 1998. Remember that video? The schoolgirl uniform, the perfectly messy pigtails, the moves. It was everywhere. Suddenly, Britney wasn't just a former Mouseketeer, she was a global phenomenon. Her debut album sold over 10 million copies in a single year, making her the best-selling teenage artist of all time. We were all collectively humming that iconic hook, whether we admitted it or not. From 1999 to 2004, Britney ruled the world. Hit after hit, record-breaking tours, countless awards, she was the undisputed queen of pop, before Beyoncé officially claimed the title. Oops. I Did It Again, Toxic, Slave for You, each one a masterclass in pop perfection. She was daring, she was innovative, and she made millions. Every magazine cover, every TV appearance, every move she made was front-page news. It was glorious, but also, looking back, utterly exhausting for a young woman. But with mega fame came mega scrutiny. The paparazzi weren't just a nuisance, they became a terrifying, predatory force. Every outfit, every coffee run, every late-night drive became a headline. People started to pick apart her choices, her fashion, her relationships, her everything. The world watched, judged, and rarely offered an ounce of empathy. It's like we collectively forgot she was a real human being navigating something none of us could ever truly understand. Her love life? Oh, that was practically a national sport. Her highly publicized relationship with fellow pop superstar Justin Timberlake was the couple of the early 2000s. We all obsessed over their matching denim outfits. But when they broke up, the media painted Britney as the villain, amplifying the narrative from Justin's Cry Me a River music video. Then came her impulsive marriage to childhood friend Jason Allen Alexander, which lasted a whopping 55 hours. Yeah, 55 hours. The tabloids had a field day. Then came Kevin Federline, a backup dancer, and 2 adorable sons, Jaden James and Sean Preston. Becoming a mother added another layer of intense scrutiny. Every single parenting decision she made was dissected and criticized. Was she holding the baby wrong? Was she driving unsafely? The headlines were brutal, often painting her as an unfit mother. It was a vicious cycle of judgment, designed to constantly knock her down, regardless of her actual capabilities. The year 2007 became synonymous with Britney's public unraveling. After checking into rehab for less than a day, she infamously shaved her head in a salon in Tarzana. Days later, she attacked a paparazzi's car with an umbrella. These weren't just tabloid fodder, these were desperate cries for help from a woman clearly in crisis. But instead of empathy, she received ridicule, memes, and an even more aggressive media frenzy. It was a tragic spectacle, and we were all, in some way, complicit in watching it unfold. In early 2008, after a series of public mental health struggles, a California court placed Britney under a temporary conservatorship. This meant her father, Jamie Spears, and attorney Andrew Wallet, were given legal control over her person and estate. What was supposed to be a temporary measure for a person in crisis became a 13-year nightmare. Imagine being one of the biggest stars on the planet, worth millions, and suddenly you can't even decide what to have for dinner without approval. Wild, right? Under the conservatorship, Britney had virtually no control over her personal life or her staggering fortune. Her team controlled her finances, her medical decisions, who she saw, and even her reproductive rights. She continued to work, releasing albums, doing world tours, and even a massively successful Vegas residency, all while legally deemed unable to manage her own life. It was a bizarre paradox, a global superstar performing nightly, yet treated like a child offstage. The sheer irony is almost too much to process. For years, Britney's career seemed to thrive. Her Piece of Me residency in Las Vegas was a massive hit, grossing hundreds of millions. She looked happy, she was performing, she was making music. The public thought, hey, she's back. The conservatorship must be working. But behind the dazzling lights and energetic performances, Britney was allegedly suffering. It was a masterclass in putting on a brave face, while her deepest desires were being suffocated. It truly makes you wonder what goes on behind the scenes for so many celebrities. The illusion started to crack in 2019 when she canceled a second Vegas residency, citing her father's health issues. Then, a podcast claimed she was being held against her will. Fans started dissecting her quirky social media posts, looking for hidden messages. Is she okay? Became the question on everyone's mind. What looked like harmless internet chatter quickly coalesced into a serious movement. It was a pivotal moment, showing the power of dedicated fans. And just like that, #FreeBritney exploded. What started as online whispers became a full-blown global phenomenon. Fans protested outside courthouses, demanding Britney's freedom. Documentaries like Framing Britney Spears brought mainstream attention to the controversial legal arrangement. Suddenly, the public wasn't just consuming her music, they were fighting for her human rights. It was a testament to how collective advocacy can challenge deeply entrenched legal systems, even for a megastar. Inspired by the #FreeBritney movement, Britney herself began to actively fight back in court. She requested her father be removed as her conservator, hiring her own attorney, Matthew Rosengart, a true legal heavyweight. The court battles became more intense, more public. It was no longer a quiet legal formality, it was a battle for her fundamental human rights, playing out in real time. The world watched, breath held, as she finally got the chance to speak for herself. In June 2021, Britney delivered a bombshell testimony to the court, speaking directly for the first time in years. Her words were harrowing: forced to work, denied control over her body, prevented from removing an IUD, and feeling traumatized and depressed. She alleged abuse and demanded her freedom. It was a gut-wrenching moment that changed everything. The raw honesty from someone we thought we knew so well shocked the world and solidified the public's support for her release. You could hear a pin drop across the internet. On November 12, 2021, after 13 long years, a judge formally terminated Britney Spears' conservatorship. The world erupted in cheers. It was a monumental victory, not just for Britney, but for anyone who believes in bodily autonomy and basic human rights. Imagine waking up after more than a decade and suddenly being able to decide your own future. That feeling must have been absolutely immense, terrifying, and utterly liberating all at once. The pop princess was finally free. Since regaining her freedom, Britney has been navigating a new, uncharted life. She got married to Sam Asghari, she's finding her voice on social media, and she even released a tell-all memoir, The Woman in Me. But freedom isn't a magic wand, the trauma of 13 years doesn't just vanish. She's openly spoken about her struggles with mental health and adjusting to life without someone dictating her every move. It's a messy, beautiful, complicated journey, and she's doing it on her own terms now, which is all we could ask for. The Britney Spears saga forced a huge cultural reckoning. Media outlets, celebrities, and the public all had to look inward and ask, how did we contribute to this? Documentaries and retrospectives analyzed the misogyny, the body shaming, and the relentless hounding that she endured. It sparked important conversations about mental health, celebrity exploitation, and the ethics of reporting. It highlighted how easily a narrative can be manipulated and how quickly empathy can be lost in the chase for headlines. Britney's story isn't just about a pop star, it's about a woman who became a symbol of fighting for personal autonomy. Her case has even led to discussions about conservatorship reform in the legal system, inspiring others in similar situations. Beyond the music, her resilience in the face of immense pressure and injustice is what truly defines her. She's not just a legend because of her catchy tunes, but because she stood up and reclaimed her narrative, inspiring millions along the way. Queen behavior, honestly. Even with her freedom, the impact of 13 years under a conservatorship and decades of relentless public scrutiny leaves invisible scars. The journey to heal, rebuild, and trust again is ongoing. We might see her dancing freely on Instagram, but the trauma is real and complex. It's a stark reminder that behind every celebrity headline is a human being, susceptible to pain, and deserving of respect and understanding. Let's remember that as we scroll through our feeds. So, what's the takeaway from Britney Spears' tragic yet triumphant story? It's a powerful lesson in empathy, media responsibility, and the urgent need to protect vulnerable individuals, regardless of their fame or fortune. Her journey reminds us that mental health isn't a spectator sport, and that sometimes, the biggest battles are fought far away from the stage lights. Let's hope her fight sparks meaningful change for others. And maybe, just maybe, we can all learn to be a little kinder online.